4.55 billion years. That's how old scientists say the planet Earth is. In the course of that time, the Earth's climate and topography has continually changed. Millions of species of plants and animals have lived, died, and evolved into species we know today. Tracing the progression of these organisms and our planet is the complex and exciting study of natural history. Scientists dedicate their lives to understanding how and why these changes happen.
We use the term specimens to refer to objects from nature, from natural history. And we collect as many as we can, often, because in some ways we don't know what's going to be important to the future. We've only known that the structure of DNA is a double helix for about 50 years. We just got that basic information. So in only 50 years, the technology has allowed us to go from the basic structure of DNA to the entire sequence, the entire genome of organisms. So you tell me, what questions are we going to be asking in 50 years, and what do we need to answer it?
The study of natural history adds tremendously to our lives, everyday lives. We can learn a lot from the past. We can learn a lot about what we're studying now. There's no way to know where eventually the knowledge will be put into place, but it greatly contributes to our knowledge and our quality of life.
Here at the Virginia Museum of Natural History, researchers are breaking new ground. In just over a quarter of a century, these scientists have discovered more than 500 species new to science. The museum houses more than 10 million specimens from the areas of geology, marine biology, mammalogy, and others. Some are available to the public, and all are carefully preserved for future research.
As a museum, we house specimens from natural history, natural resources, and we keep them in very carefully controlled conditions for light, humidity, dust. If you properly care for these objects, they can last for hundreds of years. And we have specimens in our collections from Virginia from the late 1800s that are informing science today and will inform science into the future.
The museum works not only to uncover the mysteries of our planet's past, but to inspire students to continue unearthing natural treasures in the future.
The study of natural history will never really be complete because we're just learning about some things. There's still mysteries out there to be discovered. And as long as there is things to study and people to study them, there will be an ongoing search for answers in natural history.
Organisms that lived millions of years ago have left clues about their lives for us to find. By learning about them, we can better protect their descendants who live today and help preserve planet Earth. The Virginia Museum of Natural History is a world-class museum drawing students of all ages. The museum's exhibits feature new discoveries about the world around us and presents them in a way that shows how all life is intertwined and dependent on the Earth's current environmental conditions. A tour through the Virginia Museum of Natural History is a thought-provoking event.
The mission of the Virginia Museum of Natural History is to interpret the natural heritage of Virginia in a global context in a way that is understandable by all citizens of the Commonwealth. In other words, Virginia is a vast state with a great multitude of natural resources, and our scientists, our educators, our exhibitors all work to provide a format for all citizens to come to this museum and understand the state that they live in that much better.
Exhibits at the Virginia Museum of Natural History include the Great Hall, which is home to the fossils of colossal creatures that are now extinct, the Discovery Reef, an interactive play area for young children, and the How Nature Works Gallery, which explores the geological and biological forces that have shaped our planet. One of the museum's newest exhibits is the Hahn Hall of Biodiversity. This spectacular collection of African mammals illustrates scientific classification of organisms and reveals predator-prey relationships on the African plains.
The Hahn Hall of Biodiversity is one of our newest exhibit galleries, and it actually features a variety of spectacular African animal mounts from a donated collection of Dr. Marshall Hahn, who is President Emeritus of Virginia Tech. This exhibit is a great example of how we always try to add new things to the museum, so we always look for new spaces, new specimens, new collections we can feature for the public. And it's been a great learning tool for general visitors, but also for school groups, and we expect it to be a very popular part of the museum for years to come.
At the Virginia Museum of Natural History, visitors get a truly hands-on experience. Whether they're holding a fossil that's millions of years old, an artifact that's thousands of years old, or an insect collected just yesterday, guests marvel at the fragility and ferocity of life on Earth. The interactive approach makes the museum the perfect place for students to reinforce and enhance their science curriculums. The Virginia Museum of Natural History welcomes thousands of students from around the state each year.
In the first place, we're a state museum, and we are able to partner with other agencies. We're able to bring resources in that there just is rare or not at all. I mean, maybe one-of-a-kind things that students wouldn't be able to see anywhere else. We make sure that the content is in there so that when teachers and students come here, they feel like this is a very special place for them to learn more about the natural history of Virginia and how it fits into a global context.
Researchers at the Virginia Museum of Natural History will continue to make new discoveries about our world and share them with the public in a relatable way.
The future of the Virginia Museum of Natural History is one of discovery and education. In other words, we don't even know Virginia all that well. There are species new to science that remain to be discovered, both forms that are fossilized and those that are living today. And we also have cultures within Virginia that lived here many years ago that have not yet been uncovered by our archaeology programs. So we have so much more to learn and discover about Virginia. We're very unique in that we're very close to major metropolitan areas, but we're also situated to many underserved rural areas, and we're prepared to educate those children and their parents for many years to come.
Visit the Virginia Museum of Natural History. Experience, learn, marvel. For more information, visit vmnh.net.